should should be on. Okay, this one appears to be working. The last one wasn't. How odd. Let me make sure the audio works. Okay, audio works. Audio works. Okay, so here's the plan. Here's the plan for this stream. We want to open this hole a bit. Maybe, just maybe, get rid of some of this water. Although that looks to be a pretty monumental task for right now. So maybe instead, just destroy the blocks, cover this hole maybe at some point. We'll come back to that if I have an itch to. That was going to be the premise, but as I'm saying it, I'm frowning. So, that doesn't seem like a very fun main goal. I might reconsider. The secondary goal is just to continue with the project right now. And since I've been doing audioless streams, or streams without talking, I haven't been able to really communicate what I've been trying to do most streams. Most streams, honestly, is just me bouncing around and doing trivial things like moving the storages around and stuff, which it's helpful, but it's already so it's already organized. It's already pretty optimized. It can only get a bit better. Adding new items is still something I'm passionate about getting. I need to get everything in the game pretty much at this point. When you play 6,000 days and just about 2,000 hours on a world over 8 years, there's not really much left to do. So one thing that's messed up looking is this dice. It can't all fit. It seems. So the 6 dice is gonna have to be what we infer is on the bottom. 5's already up here. 1's already put. I could turn 1 into 3, put 1 here, put 2. I could make it easier on me, but we'll see. And that's something that we have to do right now. Maybe as the first audio stream, and as I have very little time to actually do the stream, maybe today is less of a productive stream and more of just putting my thoughts out there. I'll get like maybe one of these projects done. Like I can come back and break this obsidian, for example. I have to move this house. One of my buddies made this house. Somebody made that house over there as well. I'm not sure if I'm going to talk to again, in all fairness. So, at large, there's build projects that I could be working on, but like as it stands right now, I think I could get rid of like this, build here. I think it's kind of pointless now to continue over here. Although it's a shame, having it all gridded out. Now I got to do it again over here, and I lose all that sand. Like there was a substantial amount of sand. But anywho, the biome as it stands right now is not really something that I'm even particularly focused on finishing at this rate. Again, as it stands, like this would be a really good video. This would be a really good horror Minecraft video start, like building my own gothic. Well, there's nothing really gothic about it. Building my own like fucking horror biome sort of deal, like that would be cool. But yeah, as I said, like I think I'm not going because the world tours. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. A duck is talking. Everybody, it's incredible. The future. We have geese here, and those things swing their neck around. So as long as you don't do that shit. Um, this area is not going to get done before the world tour, which will be at day 6,000 is the goal. I'm probably going to do my last stream concluding on day 5,999, and then maybe the intro to the video will be me sleeping in a bed and making it day 6,000, right? I think that would be a good way to start the video. There's let me think. There's a few projects I'd like to finish. Like for example, the Happy Gas Garage. I think this needs to finish. I'm gonna need Happy Gas for some builds like clouds and stuff, and like I'm definitely building a Rainbow Road on this world at some point, and it's paramount, that I have Happy Gas for air builds. Like scaffolding is just a way of the past, and I'm not doing it like that. I have 2 netherite beacons to find a way to show off. They're hollow, I think, though. Let me see here. The petting zoo is one that, it would have been nice to finish, but I genuinely do think that could just be another video. Like getting every mob in like I made a petting zoo in Minecraft, or getting every mob in Minecraft, or just like maybe both, like 2-parter and utilizing both titles there. Main road to the city needs to be finished. That's what I will say. We need to get to the level, so level 100, and the distance in which I'm going to build this, which I was going to curve this road, try to fit it a little bit more in the general area, but I'm starting to think we just build it here, It's close, it's high, it'll get to 100, and then we'll just kind of build out this way, and we'll do like just a huge line, basically. It would be nice to expand, but the problem is I have this gigantic space for wall art, or map art rather, that I'm definitely planning on utilizing, and this makes my life difficult. But anywho, a few more projects in the making is doing a few more of these islands, Melon Islands, probably taking them deeper as well, so like it's not just the surface. I'm gonna build the Earth on video. I think it's gonna stay like that. Now most of the rest of this world though is like moving things. Like this, for example. This may be the only farm that stays. Actually, I was gonna say otherwise, but this may be the only farm that stays because, simply put, I mean, compared to other woods, like I might have low pale oak, for example, but other than pale oak, bamboo, and I would consider bamboo like a wood type, obviously. It's the wood type that I have the least of, as you can see. Although like my oak is running low. I'm doing okay with birch, but after the back rooms is like more developed, it'll be a problem. Jungle wood I never use. I don't even know what, like what palette looks good with jungle wood? Like even if I strip it, right? It's like usually like woods that look ugly, like birch and stuff, like stripping it saves them. But like that could be cool for the carpet of the back rooms, I guess, you know, if I didn't already have a perfect color. Um, could be a good floor, I guess. Again, like it's just Jungle Woods was something that I don't even know where to start with that. And I think I'm gonna have to start using more jungle wood for my desert builds. I call everything a biome now, so my desert biome. But it's not going to be something I find easy. Like a bunch of references, a bunch of help's going to be needed. So maybe I'll get some of you guys in to help me with that if I have anybody watching by then. Spruce used to be my favorite wood. Now I think it's dark oak, hands down. Dark oak's just beautiful, but I'm running out of pretty much both. I honestly, hello, welcome, Nan. Someone from Qatar, welcome. I was just thinking about what builds I could do in my Forever World that use jungle wood. I don't know. You have any thoughts? I really um, jungle. I mean, I love the trapdoors, but yeah. I mean, I've a strip here, right, and jungle wood's just kind of like the ugliest wood. Maybe that's like is that a controversial opinion? I don't think so. I think jungle wood's the ugliest wood. Yeah, I mean, this isn't the newest version with the newest like the wool stairs and all of that, but this is sulfur cubes. I can show something I just built with the sulfur cubes. I try to build um with everything in the game, but I don't know. Now I'm kind of stuck. I brought it up. Yeah, I think it's the ugliest. I would agree with you. I mean, I try to build with everything, but what am I gonna build with jungle wood? Like it's kind of nothing. Anyways, this is shuffleboard. I don't know if you know what that is. Obviously this is just proof of concept. Like it's not like a detailed build or anything. I gotta work on it a bit, but proof of concept. Just put in my little Stampy's Funland, my own little version here. So, anyways, will you like the stream and subscribe? You will. That's what it says. It's 100% accurate. So, I'm not saying you have to. I'm just saying you're supposed to, according to the gods. By all accounts of what makes God holy, you're supposed to subscribe. So, yeah, jungle wood, right? I have the back rooms. I think stripped. Let me go down there. Let's go. I think jungle wood could make a good carpet. I'm not trying to get too hung up on jungle wood. It's rather irrelevant, but I'm just thinking. I'm just thinking aloud. Um, you know, what I could do, is I have a bit of a um, civilization over here. It's like, I think it's like 7 years old though. Do you think the Sorry, let me get your comment here. Do you think the stripped one is better? Stripped wood is usually better in my opinion. Like, I'll show you right quickly right here without trying to land on the submarine. That's totally what it is. I don't know. I mean, typically the strip always tends to look a little bit better, but you know, even in this case, like the best kind of look I can get for it is a wood look, which is unfortunate because you know a block is best when it's like you can use it for multiple things, but literally it looks exactly like wood, and I could make an argument that, you know, you could make like a carpet out of it, but there's just so many better blocks to try and simulate like what a carpet looks like in this game. It's hardly even worth it. This is somewhat of a jungle. Yes, this is bedrock. Yes, this is bug rock. It's me. This is somewhat of a jungle you know, city, but even this is like hardly using jungle blocks. Like it's birch. It's really just a birch city. Like these houses don't even use jungle wood. So I don't remember who built this, but they weren't really concerned with getting the whole jungle vibe either. It's because it's such a hard. It's like, first of all, look at this biome. Like who the fuck wants to mine that? And second, right, like it's like the most hideous wood type. Like everything they've added before, since, and during the you know the conception of jungle wood, like it's just better. Every block is better. I'd rather build out of nether wart blocks back in the day than jungle wood. It's like, what am I doing? I can tell you what you can do with jungle wood is build a fucking jungle, but even that's like maybe. This world is 8, if you can believe it. This world's coming up on 9 years old. So I made it in 2018 in August. I think, yeah, yeah. I have. Well, yeah. So when it's coming up on 8 years old. It's an 8-year-old world. I've put about 2,000 hours into it. Over a little bit more than that because they didn't count all my days played. But I've put a little. I've put about 2,000. Is this a flat? It kind of looks like it if it isn't. I've spent a lot of time terraforming the terrain, so it isn't a super flat. If that's what you're trying to reference. No, it's not a super flat world. You can get trophies on this world. I've never, you know, went into creative. None of that horse shit. Yeah, there's tech from like years back. So this thing right here, like, this is OG. A lot of this stuff is really like state of the art back in the day. Like this was difficult to do back in the day. Was back in the day. It looked a little bit more like a keyboard and a mouse, and these were blacked out, so it looked like monitors. Now it just looks like absolutely nothing. So, but yeah, I made this. I made this in the summertime. I think August. But I started my little. I started my little calendar here when I got the platinum trophy on this world, which was already well into, you know, well into things. So, yeah. Anywho, um, I think it would be wise at this point to finish a number of the projects, and I'm probably going to write those down here. I'll start from like this side. So this, I don't know how typing looks on stream. I might give it a look, but it might look a little weird. Gas garage, beach. Beach we can finish. I think beach is fine. Petting zoo, I'm not going to do it. Yes, yes. The title's a little misleading. I did put 57.5, but it's these streams, like, presumably so, like, this stream could last like 18 hours. I've never had a stream that's last that long, but presumably these streams could, like, in theory, last as long as it takes to get to 57.5. And it is 57, like 5,750 plus, in the sense that I transported this world via copy and copy and copy. I copied this world from, I think, very early legacy PS4 days. So this world, there's been a lot of days that aren't accounted for. And even that being said, I still just go off what it says days played is. Although, if I was really trying to be, like, honest, to be honest, like, if I was trying to be completely honest, it's probably like a 7,000 day world. So, but obviously, like, that's a tougher one for me to justify putting in the title. Like, that feels like clickbait, whereas mine just requires a bit of nuance. The decay biome is not going to be worked on right now, but I'm going to leave it because that's the first thing we're doing next. City, I'm going to keep, but I'm going to put city highway. I'm going to see how typing looks on chat for you guys. Okay, it doesn't actually look bad. I didn't understand what you said earlier. Is it super flat or not? It is not a super flat world. I just make a lot of flat land, as you can see here. No, I hand place all, like, it's flat because there used to be a big mountain here, and that's why there's this mob spawner. It's because there was a huge mountain right here, and I pretty much spent like a month blowing it up. So, nope, just normal terrain. It used to be, this world used to only be, I think 300 by 300 blocks, or like by 600, 900 by blocks from either side of the middle. It used to only be, it was only 3 maps, I think it was, large. And then Bedrock came out on the console edition, and it added all of this. So as you can see, like, this piece of my world is oddly flat. And it's because all this generated after, and that's also why, like, the water here is, like, all weird colors. Like, you can see that very straight line of water generation, and it's because all of this was pretty much generated, like, after the fact. So none of this is native to the world. Like, this stuff is. Most, like, all of this stuff is, and some of this stuff is, and then all of that generated after. But yeah, like, if you keep joining the streams, like, these are my first couple audio streams. I used to do silent streams, but If you keep joining the streams, I usually let people join the world, and I put them in the graveyard. I don't think you know what that is, and I'm gonna fly by now. Did you beat the game? I guess you probably did. I guess it I guess it depends what you mean by beat the game. I don't think you could ever beat Minecraft, but if I beat the Ender Dragon and things like that, yeah, I had to, right? Because I have the Elytra. But yeah, I beat the Wither over 200 times on this world. Probably more. Probably way more. Probably over double that. I've probably killed it like 500 times. Um, I think I've killed the Ender Dragon 4 times on this world. Although, it's been a while, I don't remember. Um, Guardians, Elder Guardians, I couldn't even tell you how much. Although I've never killed a Warden in survival mode, and it's purely because I'm not stupid enough to try it. Can you downgrade the world? What does that mean? What does that mean to you? Like, stop being so cool and downgrade it? Downgrade the world, do you mean file size and things like that? Because I don't think so. Although I'd be curious to know how to do that if you know how. Because I'm on PlayStation, it's a bit hard for me to downgrade it. We only upgrade around these parts. um, yeah, the file size in this world's is a bit ridiculous. So much so, and the world's so big to the point where, uh, simply, even if I take 16 minutes, sometimes it's taken to process the request, and then more time to even start trying to copy the world. I cannot make a copy of this world. So in the event that this world corrupts, which it has done, I would say 4 dozen times over its 8-year existence, especially on PS4. In the event I don't have a backup for it, which I can't do anymore, and it corrupts on its main file, I'm just kind of screwed. And then I lose my forever world, So I'm thinking about moving it to computer, considered. But I just bought a PlayStation 5, and I wouldn't want to. I'd have really nothing to play on my PlayStation if I deleted Minecraft. I play Battlefield, and I played single player games a lot, which I could do videos on things like Don't Starve and shit, but we'll see. Like I want this channel is going to be pretty much horror, Minecraft, and then philosophy and ethics. Have you ever played hardcore? If you did, how was the fastest you've died? How have I died, and how did I die fast? I have played hardcore countless times, even before it came to console. But I played it, I think, twice on console, and I just never got far enough to where I made good progress because I'm so in love with this world and such, and I'm more of an Etho fan than anybody. So, I have played hardcore. I haven't died in hardcore, to be completely honest with you. I don't think I have died in hardcore. It's been a few months since I've died on this world, and I started playing again, I think, in August of last year, So, Mansour Al-Kaf, I think that's his name, says, "Can I join your hardcore world?" If you're talking about this one, this wouldn't be a hardcore world, but I'm sure we could join my hardcore world. I'm sure it still exists. Or you know what? Actually, I don't think it does. Because when I was trying to copy this world, I had to free up space. But I could always make a new hardcore World Series SMP with fans, or not fans really, but like viewers. I could do stuff like that. I think that'd be interesting. Especially if we get like a Discord associated, right? Like, I think that'd be really interesting. To join this world, you are able to join this world. I do let people join this world. The condition, like the prerequisite, is that you join, or there's like, at least a promise, or like, effort to join more streams. And if we're not directly in contact with each other working on something off stream, unfortunately, I can't give you privileges to like break blocks and things like that. Qatar asks again, thank you for being a part of this stream, by the way, buddy. I appreciate you. He asks, can you play Java Edition? I want to play Java Edition. Let's leave it at that. I think it's better. I think it's more fun. I think it's a better representation of what Minecraft is supposed to play like. And if I do move to Java Edition, I'm probably going to bring my world with me, however I can do that. So to answer your question, can you play Java Edition? I guess it's ontologic, or like it's physically possible. Will I play Java Edition? Better question. Probably will. If you want a Qatar, I'll do it for you. I'll play Java. It was the first edition. I believe that, and I'm pretty sure that's well known. It plays very well. Mansour asks, or maybe I'm supposed to be saying that name differently, but anyways, nonetheless, he asks, did you build this all alone? No, but yes. So there's nuance. I built 98% of what you see. And at times I've had people help me break blocks or build things that I've already laid the foundation, or at times, especially 8 years ago, I'd have friends. So like this house, I had nothing to do with this house. But this isn't like a really big part of my world, is it? This house I had nothing to do with, other than boarding it up and putting music discs in there. I had nothing to do with that house. Is it a big part of the world? No, not really, is it? This house, nothing to do with this house. Again, not really significant. Everything big on my world, like, okay, so the biggest thing that wasn't built by me is probably this hotel. Honestly, like that's and is that meaningful? To me it is, but to you, not really, because it's not. What is that? Everything else, everything the eye sees is my kingdom. Like, I built all this. Mansour asks, I play on Bedrock, so can you invite Man 9 Hunter to your world? As long as you kind of understand that you're not going to be able to break blocks or open chests or anything like that. I can give you the privilege of using doors and switches so you can get places, and you can press buttons to, I guess, waste some resources, but you won't be able to do anything else, especially as number 2 chatter. Like, what? You got to be Qatar at least. Speaking of which, again, I appreciate everybody in the chat. Is this the first video you made in this world? No, I'm just such a lame YouTuber, you haven't seen the rest. No, I've done, so this isn't a video, this is a live stream. This is not my first live stream, I'm just so lame that you haven't seen this. Let me get to the back rooms and start working on something as I talk to you guys here. The first video in this world is going to be I'll show you just quickly on the map. It's going to be about building this biome, my dark, I call it the decay, and and it's my blackstone dark biome, you know, claw prints, enchanted forest type thing. I'm going to have my first video build that. No, the first video you made, which was 9 years ago in this world. Um, I I seldom know what you're talking about, to be honest. Um, no, the first video you made, which was 9 years ago in this world. I think, I don't know if this answers your question, but I think I was making videos when this world. I think I made videos on when this world was about 3 years old, and I called my video series at the time, "The Quest for the Best Minecraft PS4 Edition World," I think it was called, and that got some traction a little bit, but it was mostly just a story time about how my world got to that point, and not really about my builds. Mansour says okay, and then he says, but do you have an XP farm? You'll be interested to know that I have a villager trading hall, which means I don't need an XP farm. What do I mean? What do I mean? Is this it right here? I'm just trying to make sure. Yeah, look at this. Pretty interesting, eh? Who needs an XP farm? Do you have a huge XP farm? Yes. I mean, I would say that's pretty huge. That's pretty small. But in terms of my capacity to get XP, would you like to see? Look at this. Don't even ask how much time that took. All of these shulker boxes used to be for builds, and now I've had to just permanently store them all in a chest with a bunch of bottles. Could you play Java right now? Guitar asks. I think that would prove challenging. I could probably play Java right now, but not high enough quality to play with others if you're trying to like play with me. That's pretty decent. I appreciate you, buddy. I think that's pretty cool. I made an effort in this world to use big XP farms, and then big updates ruin my XP farms, and I'm telling you, I crashed out. As the kids say, I crashed out. I was not thrilled about updates breaking my farms. And I think I had a huge iron farm and it broke, and that's when I quit making big farms. Like, I make farms for piglin bartering and stuff like that, but I would never make like a XP farm today. Even if it works, like, and I know it'll always work. It's like, I have a better method, you know. The bottles is so good. I love it. How stacked are you is the question. How stacked am I? Let's put it this way. I've two netherite beacons. I don't think they're full beacons, but they look it on the outside. And here's my diamonds. Oh, I put them all in the blocks. Here's my diamonds. Most of these, admittedly, came from one of my old friends that used to strip mine for me. But I used to spend, like, a lot of the hours or days played on this world is just full day night cycles, so full 20-minute periods, like, in each day. Just strip mining. I used to strip mine and watch movies as I played this world. And I don't even remember my rationale for strip mining so much. I think I was just thinking, like, You know what it was? I was thinking one day I'm going to make a bank, and I tried to make a bank, but it turned out really shit. But I was like, one day I'm gonna make a bank, and I just want the whole thing to be filled with jewels, like actual fucking diamond blocks and shit. And then Netherite came out, and then I just strip mine that to hell, and I've never done any of that since. Yes, I have quite a lot. Uh, Qatar has let me know that he has a Java server. Really? Is it like a SMP? Is there a Discord for it? Love to take a look at whatever you got. I'll join. I'll help you out however I can, buddy. As long as you tune into the streams, man. I got some really cool. Now that I've got two people watching, and this is, this is actually pretty exciting for me, to be honest. Uh, I do feel obliged to mention the fact that I have some really cool content coming out for not only you guys, but for my own sanity and fucking sanctuary. And I think if you guys like horror or Minecraft and or just YouTube videos, I think you guys are really gonna like what I got coming out. I just bought a new microphone. This one kind of sucks. It's going to be actual videos with editing and not just me running around in a Minecraft world. Including my Minecraft videos, I have actual videos coming out. So, I'm not telling you guys you have to do anything, but wouldn't it be kind of cool to follow a YouTuber from subscriber 100 to subscriber 1,000? I'm plugging, guys. Uh, thank you, Qatar. You're a nice guy. No Discord, eh? Dude, hey, friendly advice. Like, I know I'm just some guy on the internet, so take it with a grain of salt or take it as you please. But any Minecraft server benefits from a Discord. I used to run an SMP with YouTubers actually, and that's its own story. But and we're revamping it a little bit. I just talked to some of my favorite people that I used to run it with, and we're thinking about doing it again. But a Discord can take you from 10 concurrent players to, some serious like player counts pretty quickly. I think we topped at 1,000 members in the Discord, which translated roughly to, I think, 37 members, or a little bit more, in the 40s, the early 40s, like or like the very early 40s, which doesn't sound like a lot, but in like a realm, you can only have 10 players at a time maximum. So that's actually rather like, there'd be people kind of waiting for others to leave so they could play, and that's, it was awesome. It was awesome. I have screenshots. I'll show them on a video sometime. Probably my first video, I'll do it, because I used to be, they used to call me the atmosphere guy, and what that kind of meant to everybody else was, let's say you're building spawn and you have these really big towers and stuff. I wouldn't build the big towers, but I would build the waterfall behind it, and really piece it together. I'd build the pathways and the big rocks and the mountains. I would terraform. Like, that was my job. I was literally called the atmosphere guy. Like, I would just piece it all together. One of my builds was an enchanted forest. My other build was the decay. So that's why I'm doing it in this world, because that's one of my favorite builds that I never got to finish because just management. People are assholes, man. They can be. That's the thing. Don't get it twisted. A lot of people are nice, but a lot of people, if they can't directly like be in the benefit of what's going on, or be seen in a positive light by everybody, and or as some sort of power monarchy sort of deal. If you're not the king of the crown, like, you're its subject, and a lot of people don't want to be subjects. Not even a bad way, just a lot of people don't want to not be the main focus. There was 4 of us in management. 2 of us managed, including me, in my humble opinion. And then one of them was more focused on showing off how good of a builder they were. One of them was more curious about making videos about farms, like, that they were building, like survival mode, and that never really got any traction that I remember. And then the other one was more focused on I think it was like a dating Discord server for, like, I think it was like I don't even want to say it, but I think it was like dating, which was weird. He was more focused on that. Which YouTubers, I can see you're asking. To be honest with you, I don't keep up anymore. I kind of left in disgrace because of two of the owners I really didn't jive with. So I think one of their names is called Mystic Gecko. You could probably find them easier than anybody else. He's the guy I was talking about, does the survival farms. So you might be able to find, if you can find somebody on YouTube that makes tutorials in survival mode called Mystic Gecko, it's probably him. And let me know if you do, because I'd love to hear his voice again. We played together for I think it was just about a year, and he took over after I left. There's supposed to be 4 staff members. I left first, and he took over after me. And from what I heard, he was better than, the other 2 guys, just not as good as, which is fine. Like, it was his first time doing it. Yeah, Mystic Gecko. Maybe I'll punch that in right now as I'm doing some builds here. But anyways, I don't know if you guys know about the Backrooms or not, or if you've seen the movie. This isn't really based on the movie so much. I haven't even seen the movie yet. But this is kind of like, I'm going to call this like the sinkholes. You know what I mean? I think this is a cool, like, interpretation of what it looks like. In the actual way it's generated, quote unquote, obviously, I think it's supposed to be walls in the floor, but, like, that's stupid as hell. I'm not just gonna put a bunch of walls. Like, even if that's canonically correct, it's stupid. It's stupid as hell. Do you think he changed his name? Yes, I know the Backrooms. I found I found a channel called Gecko Crafting. Let me take a look at his, like. It's completely, like, he could have totally changed his channel name, by the way. But let me check here. I'm seeing somebody called, I'm seeing somebody, oh, that's an interesting build. Just got some inspiration out of that. That was I'm seeing somebody called the Mystic Chicken, which I don't think is him, especially because he was posting videos 11 years ago. the one that I pulled up in particular. And it looks like he got labeled a kids channel, which is the death of people on YouTube. And I don't even, let me look at one of these. Well, I don't know if that's like a problem. I don't think this is him. He's got 400 views on that video though. Good for him. I got a video with 1,000 views, but like that's from when I was a kid, so it's like hardly good work. I swear to God, this next video that's gonna come out, guys, is gonna get 1,000 views. I'm pretty sure. I'm telling you right now. Oh shit! I hate my own voice. 1,000 videos. I mean, 1,000 views on this next video, no doubt. Mansour asks, how many elytras do you have, or do you only have one? I have about a baker's dozen. I think I have a little over 13 elytras, but I'll tell you right now how many elytras I have by going and looking. That's the best way to do it. Maybe just stop this channel. I hope not. He was a good guy, you know, good enough. He was all right. And I wish him all the best, even though he took my spot. Like, it's not because he's better than me at the game. Maybe at farms, yeah, he is. Okay, touche. But not like building wise and like running the team. Like, I have it. I have it in good faith that like I did my job well. My main job in like management was like advertising, so it wasn't even management. I did a bit of management like for the Discord and stuff, but most of my I showed a lot of promise in getting actual good players on the server and meeting people. What am I trying to do for you? Look at elytras. Yeah, we can do that. Okay, so can you please play Java 26.2? 26.2 is the newest update with the stairs and stuff like that. I might you know what? When I do this transition to computer here, potentially in the next month or so, I'll give Java a real consideration, and then maybe I'll move my world onto Java. Sulfur Cube update. I don't know if that's a. I think 26.1 is the Sulfur Cube update, and like the Sulfur Springs, and then 26.2 would be the Dappled Forest, isn't it? Maybe I'm wrong about that. Let me look at elytras. Oh, really? I'm wrong? Okay. 9, 10, 11, 12. I have a dozen. Actually, no, I do have about a little over a baker's dozen. I have some extras in there. And I also have some just around the world. 26.3 is the Dappled Forest. Okay. Okay, I appreciate that. Thank you. Only in Snapshot. Yes, that's right. Experimental right now. Well, how do you feel about that, Qatar? Let's get your. Enough about me, man. Let's talk about some other people. What do you think about that update, Dappled Forest? Dappled Forest, man. I think it's gonna change the game, in my opinion. I think it's gonna change the game. I think it's 54, if I remember correctly, new blocks. Anything that adds new blocks to this game is, I mean, it's crazy. It's cool, but it didn't add anything else than trees and wood. I don't know, man. I think I could argue that, you know. I think wool stairs, you know, forget the structures, you know, because there is other stuff. But beyond even the structures, like the wool stairs are gonna be like, I love wool. Like building with wool is what I do all my pixel art with, you know. And now we have stairs. Like okay, and I'm not even trying to be argumentative, but like I just don't see your argument because like yeah, yeah, wool stairs are gonna be oh my god, like first think about like building just in general, right? Whatever you could do, like tents, for example, right? What they actually generate with it, but also like um oh god, you could do, I mean, with wool you could do stones effectively, you could do all 16 colors of the game. So you could really, it's really, you could do anything. But beyond that, you know, now you're doing pixel art, you know what I mean? Circus roofs, yo, I'm gonna write that down. That's an awesome idea. Yeah, that's a great idea. Honestly though, like wool stairs, like it's one of those things that like, oh fuck, wool stairs. There's a million things. I just can't think of all the things. But honestly, like even though I can't name something off the top of my head, like there's a million things. Like I use wool for these balloons, right? Like to simulate balloons and shit for the up house. Sprinkling in a few stairs in there like would make the shape just immediately more like balloon like, you know, and it's like the shape, you know, there's also like, I don't know. I think it's awesome. You could do carpet. I've been thinking the first thing that came to my mind when they announced wool stairs, to be honest, was like, oh, I always used to do carpets uh, out of how many I'll show you real quick how many beacons I have. Um, oh, what was I saying? It's irrelevant. But let me show you. I have like a few of these around the world. Actually, I think this might be my only one. Like all the beacons, but I have a I think I have a thing full of beacons. Yeah, look at that. That's how many. That's how many um, withers I've killed in this world. It used to be easy. I used to go to the end and just spam them, spam kill them under the thing. But like, how'd you get that rainbow one? This thing right here. Um, this is an old build trick, although I think people still do it today. Where you put, if I can get in there, where you put stained glass, if you can kind of see, um, in the beacon stream, so you can't see it from the outside, like because it's not blocks, but it changes the color. And I pretty much did that like for a while going up here. Yeah, pretty cool, eh? When you play this game for 8 years, especially on one survival world, you learn a few tricks, just a couple, just a couple. Although, like, if you ask me most things about the game, like technically, like especially foundationally, like I know a lot of it. I know how most of the blocks work. I know how most of the redstone works and shit like that. Sometimes I get them confused, right? But like once I start building with them, I know exactly. Like I can pretty much engineer uh whatever. I can show one of the redstone builds in this world actually. It's a vault door. I got it, I think, online, but it's cool. Nevertheless, it's pretty interesting. I can. Oh, if you guys have the audio on, you heard that. That was beautiful. Can you show? Can you show? Could you show one of the first things ever made in this world, that I made in this world. I can show you that 100%. 100% I can do that. It would be my pleasure. This house, well, it's not a house anymore, but this used to be the first house in this world. This one right here. And then it got griefed, okay? Or like a bunch of people broke it. And for a long time, it was a haunted house because it was all broken and decayed. And then we made it into a farm. So today, the oldest thing in this world, even though it's been reworked, is this farm. You can see like the old ways of getting up, like that used to be a lot easier. But yeah, this is like, and now there's like little Easter eggs from the world. There's a hidden story within the world, like in some of the spots, and there's like blood like this, you know, to kind of guide you. But yeah, that's the oldest thing in this world. One of the oldest large projects was this one. I'm not going to tell you what this is, other than, you know, I'm a historian, so, you know, I like history, and with that, and there's a bunch of prisoners of the same racial denomination, and other than that, I'm just going to leave it at that. You know, you can determine what type of camp it is. But, let me see here. Yeah, you'd be surprised how long this thing's been in the world, too. I love this thing. It's been around forever. This whole portion of the world's really been is really around 6 years old. Most people make a zoo. Have you tried that? Funny you mention it. In what I used to call the circus, but now I'm just calling, you know, the minigame district or something like that. This is the entrance, the turtle here, to the petting zoo that I just haven't finished. And this used to be a standalone build. Now it's going to be the entrance of a petting zoo. And I've started collecting animals that are relevant for a petting zoo. Like, I'm not doing happy gas or anything. I'm not doing or hostile mobs. I won't do like creepers. Fuck it. Because I just don't care. But like horses, you know, camels, undead camels, netherite horse, pig, anything you could ride, I'm getting. The striders, I'm getting, you know, everything pretty much. A piglin, probably even. Anything that doesn't despawn in peaceful when I'm building. Or, yeah, and they'll destroy it. Like, it's kind of a pain in my ass to work with mobs like that. Anyways, let me waste some rockets and get back over here. There we go. Yeah, right now the big build is or the big project, excuse me, is just moving things in the world to their appropriate spot. Like, there's a million things that need to be broken. For example, this obsidian wall needs to go, right? Like, I just don't care to sit here and do that. Especially by myself. It's just so boring. But build a beacon over here, kind of cut it the time in half, put on a YouTube video on my own time, do some mining off camera. You know, I think that'd be worthwhile endeavor. If I don't do the decay as my first YouTube video, because I know I kind of made a hard stance on that when I didn't mean to, it could be that I don't even do that video at all, although it seems likely. One of my first videos could also be building this casino here. This casino, I've conceptualized and held this in a creative world 4 years I don't know how many years, but it's been multiple years, and it's time for that build to get realized in my world. You know, in my old world, says Qatar, I made a hotel which I made a working elevator, and of course he definitely didn't use any tutorials. Now that you mention it, I'm gonna write that down too. I haven't God, I haven't thought about making a working elevator in 10 years, in a literal decade, like since I started this world. I remember it used to be a huge, oh, Jesus, sorry guys. I remember it used to be a huge topic of discussion in the Minecraft world, and now who the fuck talks about it, unfortunately? Like, I think a working elevator today is super plausible, though. Like, redstone would be easy today. You also have a lot of redstone engineers today. I remember back in the day watching El Mango make some stuff and being like, man, this is like I'm a part of like the only people that are ever gonna care about redstone. And then it just fucking became this huge community. Like the redstone community is on equal status with the building community. Show my pixel builds? Is that because you just saw some weird stuff, man? I know what you're looking at. Don't look at that, man. It's inappropriate. Don't look at the one on the far right. You don't need to see it. Look at Batman. Look at that, guys. Whoa. Whoa. Look at the middle finger, guys. Don't look at that one at the end there. It's irrelevant. Just look at Batman. That's it. That's all you need to see. Do not look. Look, we can look at Mario. Look at that. Yeah, you like it? Good, man. Yeah. I made it so you can go through his, underneath. But, yeah. Don't look. Yeah, you can look at the banana. The banana's fine. It's supposed to be a banana, but you can use your imagination. And this last build, you know, it's a pair of scissors, guys. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what that is. Beats me, guys. I don't know what is that, guys. What is that? Your favorite video game character is Mario. You know what? For my childhood, most of my childhood, and I'm pretty much still a child, but relatively. But in my actual childhood, I think Luigi was my favorite. I played Luigi's Mansion when I was a kid, and I was like, I think playing Luigi's Mansion as a kid made me such a big horror fan in later life. Don't look at this, guys. It's just a submarine. So that's all you see there. Nothing to see here, folks. Here's the beach. It's not done yet, obviously, but, we're getting down to it, guys. Have you played Mario Odyssey? I don't want to say I think so. I'm unsure. I've seen people play Super Mario Sunshine. I've seen people play Paper Mario, all like most of the Paper Mario games. I've played the two-player Mario game. I loved as a kid on the Wii. Super Mario Galaxy. I thought that was like the best game ever when I was a kid. Not sure about Odyssey though. I know about Super Mario Sunshine, 60. Like I know pretty much all of it. I actually have a it's called a Super Nintendo Entertainment System, an SNES. So it's like the remake of the NES, the Nintendo Entertainment System. And I have a lot of the classic Mario games on that, like just Super Mario and stuff. I've considered making Mario on this world, and I'm still like, what? Like here, let me write this down. Yo, Qatar, if you ever watch another one of my streams, bro, I really hope you do, because you're coming up with really good ideas for me to employ here for my world here, um, just by talking to you. Mario. Okay, let me write. Entry to. Okay. Yeah, that's really okay. That's interesting. I've considered making Minecraft or Mario in Minecraft, and I just wrote something down that I'm gonna do related to that. But I what it's a deal breaker for me if I can't jump on a mob and kill it. Like I want a Goomba. I don't care about the turtles. Fuck it. I don't care about no chain chomps or what. It's whatever, right? But if I can't stimulate the Goomba, I'm not doing it. What's your newest console? What's your newest game console? Excuse me, from Nintendo. Um, I have a Nintendo Switch. I know somebody with a Nintendo Switch too, but we don't talk as much anymore. I knew somebody with a Wii U before that kid got rigorously beat up his whole life because I remember everyone hated the Wii U. So I have a Nintendo Switch, the Uno, the first one, and I have um I don't know if this counts, but I've like a Game Boy. I used to have a D I think it's called a 3DS XL. Um, they used to go 3D and shit, and it was seriously crazy. Maybe build the Switch 1 and 2, or just one of those on this world might be a cool idea. That's it. Dude, if you don't stop coming up with all these good ideas, you're going to make me feel insecure about my own decisions. Like, what the hell? Let me write that down. Probably switch, like I'd probably make a Joy-Con. Um, yeah, I'd probably make a big Joy-Con from the Switch one. I like Pokemon a lot. I don't know what your thoughts on that are, but uh, I used to play this old Roblox game, and I must have put as more hours into that than Minecraft. I swear to God. Called Pokemon Brick Bronze, and then Pokemon came and destroyed it because it was such a good game. But like the actual Pokemon games are good and all, but like just the potential for a completely open, all-inclusive Pokemon game. Holy shit! And like if I do play Nintendo ever again in my life, it'll honestly to play Pokemon. Like that's my bread and butter right there. You don't really like Pokemon? Yeah, to each their own, man. To each their own. I also like Magic the Gathering. I don't know if you know, like TCG. Like I'm just into the card game, I guess. You know, I like that. That's my shit. I like horror. You know, as far as game consoles go and Nintendo and shit, I'm a big fan of Pokemon. What about you? You said Mario's your favorite video game character. I'm curious as to what your favorite video game franchise is. Is it the Mario uh, lineage of games, or is it, you know, maybe you're into Doom or some shit, or Minecraft? You know, what are you into? Minecraft Dungeons, bro. I've never even tried that. I don't know if it's any good, but Minecraft Java. Fair enough, dude. Fair enough. That's a sweet. Uh, I was talking to somebody recently about investments and I was debating them on, I think it was Discord. And we were talking about how it's a waste of money to buy video games, right? That's what they said. And my contention, or like my rebuttal, was I paid for Minecraft in 2013. And I think at the time it might have been like $13.99. Although it could have been like, let's just say it was like $50, even though it wasn't, but let's just say it was. This game has given me 13 years of fun, of which I've spent at least 5,000 hours on it in recent, like relatively recent memory. So, like, I could buy a hotel room, right? And that would be for the night. Or I could buy Minecraft and have fun at home and it would last me 13 years, if not more. Like I think Minecraft is, for that reason, like one of the best games of all time. What is this giant empty area that you were mining out earlier in the back rooms? Yes, so let me explain my back rooms really quick, or at least that one area. So it's hidden for a reason. It's supposed to look like that, so that it's kind of like you just, you get it. But giant area I was mining out. This giant area, I believe you're talking about through this hole, is just for these sink rooms. Yep, yep. And next to the holes in the ground, right? And I'm just making this as far as the eye can see and then a little bit more so that the holes, they're like what I'm calling the sinkhole room, is just super long. And then when you fall, well, once the jump boost disappears here, you're not able to get back out. And it's supposed to be like, oh shit, now I'm just stuck here. And then you fall, and then you're going to go to the pool rooms. So I think that's neat. Let me get a drink here. I don't know if you know what the pool rooms are. Arguably the most interesting room in the back rooms with the most implications. The pool rooms would be, unless there's some incredible example otherwise, the pool rooms is probably the heaviest set of rooms. Not that I just think that's interesting. Yeah, making it. I think you went for eerie there. Making it eerie and never ending. Yeah, exactly. Just like the back rooms. Just making it a little bit, just making it like the liminal space. Just making it sort of like, yeah, a little, just like, uncanny. A little bit like, holy shit! Like, how long does this go on for? But then once you get out of thinking about Minecraft terms and you start thinking about like, holy shit, like where does this go, like what's in here, and like some corners, for example, like some rooms just will go nowhere. Some other rooms will lead to big empty rooms like this with like two skulls over here, and that's like it. There's two more over there in that corner, or something like that, and then there's like this, like a table and like just nothing, right? Like just, and it's fenced off for whatever reason. Just backroom shit. This, let me quickly say, just to get people interested, because this might be what I do a YouTube video on as well for my first Minecraft one, anyways. Let me think. This is going to be, I don't know if you've ever seen like the back rooms where you walk. Kane Pixels did it well in his YouTube series, where you walk and it's just in this hole up and down. It's just a bunch of rooms leading to this big hole. That's what this is gonna be. And once I sponge it out, like all that water, it's gonna be awesome. Have you ever abused glitches and have you used shaders? I have, but very very low end shaders. So to answer your first question, I used to run a texture pack called, not a resource pack, sorry. Oh, is it a resource pack? So I use dark UI. So I have like dark menus, and then I just use the normal Minecraft visuals. But I used to use Dark Visuals resource pack, which was gave a lot of shading. It gave realistic water. It looked really beautiful. But then they added a new update that added all these new blocks and shit, you know, and it ruins my world, root and stem. So now I have to hit the drawing board. I'd love to use just normal shaders, and then the dwellers is for some YouTube projects I'm gonna do in the future. Is that your whole question? I feel like I missed something. Have you ever abused? Can you try vibrant visuals? I believe. Where am I at right now? Oh, I have fancy visuals. Really, eh? Yeah, yeah, let me turn on vibrant visuals. Let me do that. I didn't even realize I was... Oh. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I could try to look at this. Like just take a look at what the world looks like with this texture pack for a minute. The loading screen's awesome. The text is really cool. So this is the world. So it's darker, right? Like the water's neat looking, it splashes and all that. Let me go to, you know, what is compatible marketplace content? I must be, it must be, it must be dark mode that isn't compatible with vibrant visuals, which sucks, but because the water looks so much better. But you know, look at the gas. You know, it's like it's like it's cool, but like it's so hard for me to like tell what I'm doing. I'm not too sure what you're trying to say, to be honest. I'm not gonna try to guess, to be honest, either. This is pink wool. You know, this is frog lights. You know, it's just very. I mean, this is like cactus fruit, and that's amethyst. Like, it's not that it's bad looking. It's just it's not intended for my world, right? Like, the best example actually is the back rooms. Because the back rooms looks pretty good as I had it, right? But now look at it. Like, the lights look better, admittedly, and the roof is super cool. But But the carpet's ruined, the walls suck, you know. So yeah, that's the it's cut and dry of it, right? Like, how am I gonna? Yeah, I don't really. Yeah, I saw what you typed, Qatar, but I have no idea. E, Eli, something's way to Opif. It looks like that. Is that a movie or something? Eli's Way to Opif? Is that something I should know? If I should know it, you know, whoops. But I don't think I know what that means, man. Oh, Elytras look like dragon wings. I get that. They're huge, right? The trident looks cool. The text is awesome. All that. I even like the um, like the wings. My wings are called goddess wings, right? And that's exactly what those look like. Those look like some fucking god wings. And I like the textures, most of them. I just wish I could pick and choose a little bit more. On console, you really can't. It's either all or nothing with texture packs, and I just don't care to, you know, do it that way. To be honest. Well, I mean, it's hard for me to switch it all back and show you, but like like the woods looked really nice. You know, the stones looked really nice. Um, the tools looked really nice. The text is really nice. The loading screen, the water even is not bad. It's purely due to the fact that I've already built 8 years worth of builds, and I'm not going back to make it all look good for a texture pack that could again change one day. And then what? Do I just keep doing it in perpetuity? Like, and then what if one day I'm just like, you know what? I don't want no texture packs, and then fucking um, my world is suited only for that texture pack. Do you have a dog? If no, why not? So, funnily enough, I'm moving out to. Uh, yes, I see what you're saying. Hold on, let me just check. I just got a notification about money, so I get really um, nervous about that. In the game, I do have dogs, yes, and the reason that I Oh, I got paid. Sorry. It said I it said $2,000 uh was withdrawn from my account, and I'm thinking, what? But it seems as if though I got paid. So all is well. What am I? You were talking about dogs. I'm sorry, Qatar. I didn't mean to ignore your question, my friend. Uh, I'm trying to show you right now why I don't have too many dogs. But in real life, I was going to tell you about how I'm moving out tomorrow, but instead I'll just tell you about my Minecraft world. This is the first dog in my Minecraft world, and she died in the Bedrock update when console edition moved to Bedrock edition and all inclusive and stuff. The update killed my damn dog. Rip dog. Um, and then it also killed my other dog Jinx and my first slime Ralph. Um, and then I have dogs that I saved after that update, and then some other ones died. But right now, there's a cat that survived everything, and this parrot also survived everything. So I don't know. I don't know what happened. I think because that dog was just so old, it just fucking died. But yeah, here's Benjamin. That he's been here a while. Unlucky's been here forever. And Sparky's been here, he's pretty new. But those are the animals I have. This is like my old bedroom, and like I think this is like good for kid me. Like when I was a kid, that was a good build. Now I'm a little bit more. I'm a little bit more well. What is the sign on of the bed of the dog? Is the sign is for me, because that's my bed, and one of my old friends that I used to play with before he did one thing and left. I think the guy who built that like house that's boarded up now. It says "Daddy's little girl." It's intended for me, so. So there you go. If I can do with that information, as you please, yo. Please. Can I show my skin? Of course. For you, Qatar, maybe. Just for you. Let me land. Here you go. That's me. I'm building a 3D model of each of the skins I've used since I've started playing Minecraft, since I have pretty much all of them saved. All of my main skins. I have about 6 that I've had over 13 years. One of them I had for like 6 years. This one I just switched like mid-June. So this one I just bought. And so far so good. I think it's a cool skin. But I can show you like I used this skin for a period, and this skin. Those are 2 that I've used. I've also used like let's see here. I've also used like I think it's in here. I've also used to be fair, I've used this like Boba Fett skin wherever it is, this one, but I might not build that one. Actually, I probably will now that I think about it. But I used to use this skin like a lot, and I don't really know how to build this one like next to all the other ones, but I'll try. It's me, yo. That's it. Any mods? Do you have mods on Bedrock? I think, we have the Facebook, not the Facebook, sorry. We have the marketplace, which generally is like for modded stuff and resource packs, but I've never, not on this world, no, I've never used mods, anything like that. This is purely vanilla survival Minecraft, and the closest I've been to altering the game is like going on peaceful mode when I build, and AFK, and I also oh, what else have I done? I also shit, I can't think. I also have texture packs and like the UI change. That's the closest I get to that stuff, because I want to make the game fun still, and if some texture packs can do that, so be it. But I think mods, while they might make the game more fun over a long period of time, the problem arises with like trophies and stuff. It's not like, to me, that's not a genuine survival experience. It's like, even if you're downloading mods for survival Minecraft, you know, it's still like I'd much rather like get hype when an update comes out as opposed to like downloading mods and then every time an update comes out that's not as cool as the mods, I'm like, oh, these updates suck, you know? Because I'm sure there's a million mods right now I can download a dappled forest or like the autumn trees, right? Like I'm sure that's especially like gray wood. I'm sure that's already out there, but it's not like well, I don't want to use the term like canonical, but it's not like it's not accurate to experience it. Like if somebody searches up like vanilla Minecraft, you know, nobody's really like expecting you to, or like survival just in general. I think the expectation is that you're going to be playing a genuine survival world. Look at this. If you're hardcore Minecraft build, football stadium, FIFA World Cup, I might do UFC instead. I'm not a big soccer guy, not a big football fan, not a big World Cup guy. I think it's boring, to be honest. I hate to say that and then be like, well, I'm not watching your streams then, you know, but I'm just gonna be honest with people. Like I'm not. Is your fave sport? Or are you asking me for my fave sport? Because if it's your favorite sport, I'm happy for you, man. I used to play soccer or football, so, but I played indoor, so it's not real. I played indoor soccer. I was a really fucking shit at it too. My favorite sport, is the art of martials. No, I like martial arts. I like fighting. I like kickboxing. Um, you know, in old age, I've grown to appreciate things like, honestly, to be honest with you, I've grown to enjoy things like, oh God, I don't want to be too lame. Like in my old age, like I don't like football, like American football. I think it's lame. I don't like soccer or like just footy. I think it's lame. But and I think baseball is the worst of it. But I like fighting, all sorts of martial arts. I like Muay Thai and all that. I also like, and I'm struggling to put my finger on it, things like tennis. I think is really super cool to watch. Like I would never play it, but I think it's super cool to watch. Uh, I like curling, to be honest. I think curling's awesome. When I was a kid, curling was the sport I always used to make fun of. Like, yeah, my favorite sport's curling. And I would laugh. And even though, you know, it's popular where I'm from, if we didn't invent it, like, we're the kings of it. But, yeah, I like shuffleboard. Like, that's not a real sport, though, so I say curling. But, I really like shuffleboards, and I really like pool. I think pool's a really fun uh, precision sport, and like darts and shit. Where are you from? I'm from Canada. I'm the Great White North over here. I'm a northerner. So, we got the World Cup over here. Trust me, everybody's talking about it. And then all the Americans were talking about fighting because it was White House card. And then my favorite thing every 4 years or so is when, you know, the Winter Olympics comes around and I don't know anybody who's representing Canada or anybody. I'm purely just watching for the spectacle. Like bobsledding is like stupid, I think, and like all these sport, like it obviously takes skill, but it's like not fun to watch, in my opinion. But just the general vibe of the Winter Olympics is like so much cooler than. Oh, nice. What was it? I forget what country that is. What is that? Brazil? No, fuck. What was it? Oh man. Yeah, I don't really pay attention to the World Cup. I can't think. China? Shit, no. It's not in China. I can't think. Qatar? That's what it is? Oh my god. It all makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, Qatar. That makes sense. I forgot. Sorry. Yeah, no, yeah. It was in Qatar. That's right. Um, yeah, I mean, I get why soccer's popular. It's just not my thing. I just don't see the appeal, like, for people like me to watch it. Because I'm cut from a different cloth, boy. No, I'm joking. You have a YouTube video here with 79 fucking views, man. I'll be the first like on it. Let me see what you got here. You made this 3 months ago, and it's about your Minecraft world. Something's under my bed. Hell no. Yeah, ARG, I figured, yeah. That's dope, man. I love stuff like that. Dude, hey, if you like ARGs, if you like, dude, if you want to be scared, man, that's what I can say. If you want to be fucking scared, keep this, yeah, with your friends, awesome, dude. That's where it's fun, man. That's where it's fun. No, yeah, fucking, dude. If you like horror, if you like monsters, if you like folklore, if you like history, if you like philosophy, if you like ethics, dude, stick around to the show because like I'm moving out tomorrow into my own place because I've been moved out for I think like 6 months now, but only now am I like getting my own place with my girlfriend. So it's me and her versus the world, and I'm starting my YouTube as I work my job and all that. So like, and also like I'm going in for my like degrees, right? So like I do full time school, full time work on the midnights, and then I do like when I have free time, I sleep. So when I stream, it really is like when I get a moment's peace. But working on actual videos, video essays, video theories, and the history of shamanism and religion and all these sorts of topics, like it's gonna be intense, man. I'm gonna make videos about ethics, so like the good and the bad and the ugly of, say, euthanasia, abortion, stuff like that. Transgenderism, you know. Then I'm going cause I'm going to focus on what I'm professional, like my professional life and what my interests are in my research. So, uh, using my master's in education to make interesting videos about like, um, I guess education. Like I don't really plan on looking on that beyond the history aspect, like the history of education, because I'm a history major. So lots of videos about history, lots of videos about horror, and mixing those two genres together. Some videos about philosophy. You know, I really want to take a look at you know, ethical arguments and potentially, you know, I might step away from some of that stuff. Philosophy is certainly interesting to me. It's one of my minors. Um, I'm not as good at linguistics because it's not my study, but English lit. So, um, you know, history, horror, philosophy, and Minecraft. And sometimes, when I'm very bored of Minecraft, I could make a Battlefield montage video, which I know is cringing and dumb and stupid, but ultimately it's my show and I'll do what I want. But also just like I'm not gonna post lame clips, so that's only going to be um, that's simply only going to be when I can't think. Comment on the video. You got it, boss. Sure. Uh, I'll just give you something simple to boost engagement. There you go, buddy. That might be my cue. All right. Well, I hate to keep plugging myself and promoting my own channel. That's obviously what you're already watching, but if you're interested in watching some what I would consider to be, thought-provoking, unsettling, and captivating videos on horror, history, philosophy, like I mentioned, all like historic figures and stuff. Um, I highly recommend you stick around. I'm gonna be um, posting videos about things I'm interested in, ranging from Bigfoot to the Loch Ness Monster to Slender Man to the Backrooms to stuff like that, and then looking at um, the dark side of history. Uh, if you like history this much, make a museum, dude. Awesome idea. I'm gonna write that down. Um, Looking at historic figures, the reality of Rene Descartes, looking at like maybe philosophers and whatnot, the reality of certain stuff. Uh, I'm writing an article right now as a like an ethicist basically, or an ethics major, looking at the problem of autonomy uh, in relation to euthanasia. When that article is out, I'm going to be posting it on my channel um, to some capacity, or making a video about the ethical argument of autonomy and euthanasia. And then the video directly after that is going to be about Flanders Fields in Canada and how Canada built sovereignty by killing people. Basically, is going to be my historical outlook on that situation. And then after that, it'll probably be um, it'll probably be horror videos. My first video I've already sort of planned out as far as in general, and that seems to me like it's going to be the basis of the book I'm writing for my scholarship, or not for a scholarship, but for in my scholarly endeavors. In the book, I was about to say the title. I'm not going to say the title, but what I can say is the book's about the history of religion, drugs, shamanism, and answering the big question of how big not only did drugs play a role in early mainstream religion, but how big of a role, with some nuance. So the video is going to be entitled "Shamanism and Drugs in Early Religion," and that's going to purely just be a historical outlook from somebody with a degree in the field, somebody who knows how to research. And if that sounds like something you're interested in or you think you could benefit from, please give it a watch. Especially you, Qatar, I'd really appreciate it. What's your longest stream? I'll just answer that quick question before I log off here. Um, my longest stream, I've done 24-hour streams in my day, but my longest stream since I've started up again, I think, was 4 hours. And we're about at, let me see, we're about an hour, 2 hours. So, um, yeah. Anyways, so I appreciate you, Qatar, for sticking around for this stream. If you enjoyed it, follow along with the show. Hit subscribe, man. You know, I'll probably start playing Java. You're gonna see a lot of the things you recommended today. You're gonna see it come in my world. So if you want to give me more suggestions, you want to be credited. I always credit people who give me ideas. So if you want to be credited in the graveyard or in Spawn that I'm building soon, you know, stick around, man, and just have your name in history, I guess. What did you say here? I found a stream. It was 2 hours 30 minutes. Yes, I did sub. Thank you so much, Qatar. You're one of 100 people that I'm taking to the top with me, man. If I ever do get like 1,000 subscribers and whatnot, I'm staying true to the people and you know, staying true to my subs, man. My early subs. I'm gonna remember every single one of y'all. I swear to God. I'm making a point of it. I found a stream. It was 2 hours 30 minutes. Yes, I mean this is closing in on one of the longer streams I've done. I usually, unfortunately, stream for about 20 minutes before I get so tired. Especially audioless when I'm not talking. When I'm talking, I can kind of stay up longer. But if you become famous, yeah, that's the dream. If that's the dream, I'm gonna talk about it in a video. I'll say I just want to shout out this guy named Qatar who uh, gave me some really good ideas, and that got the ball rolling on my career. So if you're still watching me, I'll say, you know, you're number one, bro. I'm gonna just say it one more time, just so it doesn't fall on deaf ears, and just so everybody hears it. And this be the ending note of the stream, because after this, I'm gonna hit the hay, guys. If you want to see entertaining videos that are maybe poorly edited, maybe the mic quality isn't awesome, but somebody with you know, a deeper voice, I guess, talking about scary parts in history, and you know, if you want to be scared, if you want to be intrigued, if you want to look back in history, if you want all of the above, any of the above, what have you, fucking follow along, because tomorrow I'm moving out, but then in about a week after that, I'm getting started on some serious projects that I'm going to work super hard on, and then I'm going to advertise them. The melon farms are about 2 years old, and I'm going to continue to add to them, especially down in the basis of the water. Anyways, thank you guys for tuning into the show. That's been all for me today, to be honest. I'm tired. Qatar, thank you for watching. I appreciate you, my guy. Hopefully you stick along for this ride, but if not, you know, you've given me the courage to keep the stream. Jay Sue has just joined. What a terrible, terrible time to join. But thank you guys nonetheless for you know, watching the stream, and with that, you know, take it easy, guys.